Hey, welcome back. I was compelled to do a follow-on video on this wonderful Sham here. I put in some, took it completely apart. I have some pictures on Instagram if you want to check them out. Put some Loctite in there, just did everything you're supposed to do, cleaned everything, used my good friend here rubbing alcohol, and boy, this thing feels brand freaking new now. It is a washer Sham. If you saw the video, the unboxing video, it's this one with zirconium, Bullseye. And gosh, it is just really good. Really, really good. Love this knife. See if I can find, by the way, one of the newer ones to compare really quickly. Here we go. Here is the new, and I do love these the most, but this other one is really good. This is the Spiro Sham from December of 2022. These are all the 3-inch models. But man, this one is really freaking good. The action is just unbelievable, and it is totally no blade play whatsoever. That's the one thing. I don't know if I completely was able to get rid of the blade play on this. Let's see. There's just a tiny, I don't know, maybe there's not. Maybe I'm hitting this a little bit. Hang on. Yeah, no blade play on this one. Okay, that's good. I think I'm hitting the lock bar a little bit while I'm checking. Sometimes, you grab it in the wrong way and you hit the lock bar a little bit. Oh, man. These Shams. They're not much, right? They're not like super fidgety or interesting. They do one thing really well. Really good action on front flipper. That's it. That's all you can do with it. Is just enjoy the front flipping action in all its simplicity and glory. And I really do like front flippers for frame lock titanium knives. Like, I really don't like the normal flipper tab because that's where your finger wants to sit, right on the lock bar, right? So you have to be really careful, hold your finger like off the lock bar, which is all awkward. Whereas when you're front flipping, it doesn't matter. You don't even need this finger on the knife, right? Because you're not going to try and push the knife out of your hand like you would with the flipper tab. So you're really just, all you have to do is lock down. I mean, you can literally pinky this, right? All you have to do is lock down. You shouldn't do that, by the way. But just giving an example. You lock down the pocket clip into your hand, and that's all you're doing is fighting against the torque that's pushing this way, right? So you get 2 good fingers and purchase on there, and you're fine. And that's a really cool element of a front flipper, is it works really well with a frame lock. Whereas a lot of other deployment models like thumb stud, guess where your finger goes? Flipper tab, guess where your finger goes? Everything else is pushing your finger on top of that lock bar except for a front flipper. So it's a really good model. I don't know if I've seen a lot of people talk about that, but where you ergonomically put your finger on this knife, it works really well to be designed like this. And what he does here with this lock, basically over travel stop, it's really quite well designed. It's great. Just a great knife. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and pay the crazy secondary prices because they are crazy. They really are. But if you can grab one at table or get into one, somewhere between the top end of the secondary and table price, some people sell them to you kind of in the middle, a little bit of a markup. That's what I've gotten mine for. And I love them. I think they're worth every dollar. So I'm willing to, I think at $1,100, it's already a lot for this little tiny knife. Don't get me wrong. They are custom. They're all handmade custom knives. These are not CNC. So it's, a pretty remarkable, hand rubbed satin finish and everything. Gosh, it's just really good though. And yeah, I'm willing to overpay a little bit just because You know, I figure worst case, maybe I lose a couple bucks, right? They're going to hold their values pretty well in general. Now, they had gotten crazy inflated. Like, instead of 1100 table, they were up to like 2400, 2500. That to me was crazy. I was not willing to pay that for this knife, but they've settled down. You know, you can get these Spiro Shams for around, you know, call it 1600 to 1900. I saw a user go the other day for like 1350 for like a real beat up user. And those dollar amounts, you know, I don't personally mind. I'm not telling you that this knife is worth $1,700 or $1,800. I'm just telling you I can deal with it. If I can resell it for $1,500 later, I can live with that. That's an experience I'm willing to have with my collecting mentality. And, you know, I've kind of said this about a lot of models, but man, the Rosy feels amazing if I'm just coming at it cold. Amazing. You feel that after feeling this, and it feels unrefined. That's how precision these things feel on washers. They just feel so, the tolerances are so tight and they're so smooth that the Rosy feels even a tad bit clunky. And it doesn't feel bad, don't get me wrong. The Rosy action's amazing, but it feels a little clunky compared to this. Similarly, the Sham on bearings even feels a little clunky compared to the Sham on washers. It's amazing and it's super drop shut and awesome, but it is kind of, the word's not violent, but this is just so smooth that makes that knife feel unrefined a little bit. Like this feels more refined is, I guess, the best way to put it. If you really whip it, you can get it to go all the way anyways. So anyways, just really thrilled with this after putting a really good cleaning on it. And yeah, just glad to have another really nice Sham in the collection. So that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.